Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're watching episode 7 of season 1 of Invincible. It is considered the penultimate episode, so I'm expecting big things or bigger revelations, more bigger than what we've been getting, which is big revelations in and of itself. Definitely Debbie and Nolan having the fight and Debbie revealing that she knows that he killed the Guardians. He kind of gaslit her a little bit by like, you're drunk or whatever. But then, she like stood her ground. She didn't have much fear in confronting him about it, saying what she wanted to say about it, and getting violent, which I don't like violence in relationships and like throwing a wine bottle. I get it. He's a superhero. It's not going to hurt him. He's going to catch it every single time. But that just kind of shows that like she is not happy. She is not okay, and she's pissed. And I don't know what is going to happen with them now. Obviously he's going to try to lie his way out of it, or he's going to like go full in and tell her the truth. But Nolan has not been the most trustworthy person. He's pretty manipulative and, like I said, gaslighty. So I don't know which way that's going to go. He has drastically gone from the top character to down here of likability for me. I like him as a character. I like him. I like Omni-Man. I like the relationships that he has with his wife and with his son. But when it comes to like I used to have very positive feelings about him. No, not so much. He's like Rex level for me, where I'm just like, get it together. Now, speaking of somebody else that has kind of fallen down my list of characters that I really like connecting to and that I like is Amber. Now, she gets a lot of hate in my comments as she's the real villain. Please. Not liking a character is much different than like outright hating a character. Like, I hate Rex. like I do not like him. He is a cheater. He is insecure. He does not talk about things. He does not take accountability for any of the things that he said or done. When he apologizes, he never says, I am sorry for doing this and I will never do it again and this is how I will fix it. He's always like, I got caught. That's why I'm telling you now about this thing that I did, and this is why you shouldn't be mad at me. That's not an apology, right? But when it comes to Amber and Mark, they are not compatible. Plain and simple. If he were a regular human being, maybe. But the fact that he cannot tell her who he is and doesn't feel comfortable telling her who he is means that he's keeping a secret from her. And you can't keep secrets, especially big ones like that. And she can sense that something's not right. She can sense that the truth is being kept from her, and she's being disrespected in the meantime of him being consistently late. That is disrespect. Like, 5 minutes, not a big deal. 5 hours, that's a huge deal. Not showing up, that's a huge deal. Not communicating, that's a huge deal. So they're just not compatible. And I get frustrated with her because I feel like she should have just already walked away by now. Why she's still holding on is beyond me. Like, it's a teenage relationship. You are not in love. Move on. He is not good to you. He is not good for you. And Mark not telling her, he just either needs to decide that he's going to tell her and be in a relationship with her, or let her decide if she wants to be in a relationship with him after that point. But the not telling her part, you're just torturing her, Mark. Go find yourself a superhero girl to be with. Eve is right there. She's beautiful. You know her. You guys are comfortable with each other. You know her history with Rex. So, let's make that happen if we want. Or take time and don't be with anybody. There's that too. Rex is like the best example of how not to deal in a relationship. You don't keep everything in and then act out and hurt somebody. Use your words. Fix it, don't fix it, but decide. Don't cheat. Don't cheat. And I realized Duplicate was wrong in not checking with Eve that they broke up, but that's just not being a good friend, and you just have a friendship breakup at that point, right? But Rex is ill. Rex is very ill. Speaking of Eve, she is discovering who she wants to be. Her discovering that she really wants to help people, she really wants to save people, and maybe not on a global scale, maybe individual, acts of heroism on her part, I mean, there's a part where like she stopped a forest fire and then regrew trees. That is an awesome superpower. like that's amazing. And I think that that's fantastic work. Now, she was alone at the end of it. She seemed pretty happy about being alone at the end of it. But I really think that her being supportive of Mark and helping him and Amber's relationship is like get out of that dumpster fire, girl. Like I know you want to save people and you want to do it on a small scale. This is not the thing you want to try to save. Run. And also now William knows that Mark is invincible. And I'm happy about it because he really showed his loyalty to Rick at the end of the episode by like beating the shit out of DA Sinclair, which I'm like, that's who you want on your side, is somebody who has passion, not necessarily somebody who's going to hurt somebody, but you want that passion. You want somebody that like is that fiercely loyal to you when you are a superhero, right? And I think that like he will definitely be loyal to Mark, but I feel like William has loose lips. I feel like he might not be the best at keeping secrets. So we'll see. Lastly, Robot helped heal not only Monster Girl, but Samson. Now with Samson, it seemed like his powers came back. And I don't know what his powers originally were, so I can't say yes or no. But are they the same or are they different now that he is then reheroed, repowered, juiced? I don't know. What do you call that? What do you call it when a superhero gets his powers back? Return of the Spidey tingle? I don't know. But Monster Girl also got her powers back, or she was healed. Not quite sure. They have not displayed yet what happened with her with the flower that Robot got for her, but it was a curse. So her powers came from a curse. So is she re-cursed, or is like the curse reversed? Is it different? Robot had his sentry show up with the flower in hand, and that sentry was beat. It died. And so he went to the Arctic to get this flower, and whatever was guarding that flower, I'm not sure good or bad, but it destroyed the sentry. So like, who, what, where, why, what happened there? Now we also got the ending with the Mauler twins kind of taking over the unburying of the immortal. And the kids were saying that like if you drink out of the immortal's skull, then you get his powers or something. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but I feel like the Mauler twins might think so. Especially if you're called the immortal, how do you die? And I didn't realize that that was the guy that they like put the head on the thing and then reanimated the body to like see what his like last movements were or whatever. I didn't realize that that was him. Thank you for my editor telling me that. Sometimes notes are good. But what are they doing? They said it's an insurance policy. What does that mean? Are they going to clone the immortal? Are they going to like fuck with the thing that they've got growing? Because then I also didn't realize that what the Mauler twins are brewing and what Robot had are two separate entities. I thought they were one and the same. Unless that is also not true, but I feel like when my editor gives me notes, it's for a reason. I don't think it's a spoiler, but he's like, hey, don't say this in the next one because it's not true. And I'm like, aha, thanks, buddy. So interesting to see where the story is going to go from here. I feel like we're going to get a lot of Nolan and Debbie, especially after that fight. I feel like maybe Mark and Amber having their fight and that being a thing, like maybe we'll get an Amber-free episode of him trying to clear his head and coming to a decision as to what he should do. That would be fantastic. Kind of see shenanigans if William is dealing with his best friend being a superhero. And then of course Eve. Like Eve is like climbing the ranks of, you know, a character that I really like, because I feel like if I had superpowers, that's what I would do. I would do all the like the small saving, like your friendly neighborhood Eve, power girl. That's why I don't make superhero names, because I can't come up with them. Anyway, well, let's get into it. And speaking of superpowers, I'm gonna go save the world after this.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. Fuck you, Nolan.
The fact that he's like struggling with it is a good thing. Come on, Nolan. Do the right thing, buddy.
Amber, listen, I can explain everything.
Not the time. Oh. Y'all just need to break up. Also me, if I were a superhero. Eve's got this right. Let's make some coffee with some superpowers. You don't even have to get out of bed. Love it. Also me. I wonder what the TT is on our mug. Oh, Teen Team. Ha ha ha. Whew. Only like a 5-second delay there.
Maybe part of me wanted you to find it too.
After 20 years together, I deserve to know the truth.
Yes, she does.
Was someone controlling you? Were you blackmailed?
That's what I thought too, because I didn't want to believe it.
You need to trust me. If you can do that, we'll be okay.
Then stop lying.
How could I possibly trust you now?
Mm-hmm.
You killed them.
I had no choice.
I don't believe that.
Why?
No, I don't trust you. Not anymore. You broke that. If you don't have anything else to say, you need to leave.
Debbie,
Tell her why. Tell her why.
we'll talk later.
Unnecessary.
It's Mom. Come home, please.
Debbie, I'm sorry, but you have to come with us. There's no time.
What is going on? Oh my god. Shit hitting the fan. Penultimate episode.
Come on, this is dumb.
No, what's
No.
dumb is how long I've been putting up with your bullshit.
I've been an asshole, and I'm sorry I didn't realize that sooner.
I'm not an asshole, just inconsistent and rude.
Amber, I'm in...
Well, that's on her.
I wanted to tell you so many times.
Ugh, I know you're a superhero.
You know? You know?
I'm not an idiot. I figured it out weeks ago.
Okay.
You made me feel stupid and unimportant.
It's a secret identity.
And because you don't trust me.
I'm trusting you now.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Amber.
Fly away, flyboy. Or take the stairs. I really don't give a shit.
Ouch. Ouch. That was a little harsh. That was actually really harsh. Ouch.
So good to see you.
Aww.
If we can die at any time, we can drink at any time.
It's a very valid point.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Whoa, hold on. I filled them with beer.
I figure it's karma for putting up with this guy.
You're welcome.
Are they trying to make me like Rex now?
I would never let you die. 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 Die.
Oh, oh.
Die.
Oh, oh no, 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 no.
Die. A small programming error, soon to be fixed permanently.
Holy shit! Oh, that was creepy.
All of that stuff is for him.
I swear to God, he had his head on the bench and he was just standing over it, prying it open with a Phillips head screwdriver. Oh my God. Can I get another milk?
Oh my god. Robot's trying to make himself real.
You, get out of the truck.
He's not impressed.
Step back, please.
Is this the real robot? Was that a sentry that was with them? Blob baby.
It's the real robot.
Yeah.
Well done. Perhaps you're the original then.
Wait. Is he in love with Monster Girl? So he wants to be the same age as her? Super interesting.
I gotta say it. If you had helped me find him right away, none of this would have ever happened.
Oh, easy, William.
I suck.
It figures. I
Poor
finally fell
Mark.
for someone and then, boom, cyborg. Your dad's Omni-Man. How did I never see that?
That's what I'm saying.
You can fly. You're invulnerable. Your dad's the greatest superhero on Earth, and your mom loves and cares about you. But you were a terrible boyfriend to Amber, and you got what you deserved. You got dumped weeks ago. You just didn't realize it. You're like a bad guy in a samurai movie who gets cut in half but thinks they're fine until they're like, oh my god, my top half's sliding away from my bottom half.
I love you, man, but I need someone else to talk to.
Yeah, probably. Oh, it's delightful. But poor Mark. Poor Mark.
Nolan killed the Guardians of the Globe.
I know.
Oh!
There's only one person I know who might be able to go toe-to-toe with Omni-Man and come out on top, Debbie.
Who?
No.
She
No,
knows.
Never. You can't.
Where's Mark, Debbie?
What?
Where's...
Oh my god. This episode and the revelations, my god.
I met someone. Make room, please.
So that's why he can feel feelings, is because he's always been this being. I can't believe Blob Baby is robot.
For you, nothing will change. For him, everything will.
I understand.
I did not see this coming. The absolute empathy and sympathy that I feel for Robot is insane right now.
His motor cortex is the size of a pea. Same for his occipital and parietal lobes. Oh, the system wasn't designed for neurons this dense. Are you calling us stupid? Yes, I'm calling us stupid.
I mean, I was just gonna say that they're really freaking smart, but I mean, obviously this makes them stupid. Is that one mistake gonna fuck something up? Please, 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 please. But what do they do with Blob Baby now? Like, they can't put him in a new tank. Like, they've drilled holes in it.
We had to make it seamless. Otherwise, one of us knows he's the clone, and that never ends well.
Yeah, identity crisis.
I'm sorry it wasn't you.
Don't be happy. Change the world. Experience everything we never could.
Aww.
We can both survive. Change the world together.
Oh, what an odd and emotionally moving scene.
It was an act of mercy.
We know. We do it all the time.
You guys are really brutal about it, though.
And now that our deal is complete, it's time you both return to prison.
Okay.
Here we are.
That was a huge transformer. Oh my god. Oh. Robot. Yeah, I knew that was coming. They know they can't kill him. What are they doing? Wow. This is your family home? Oh, girl. Yeah.
Donald. Cecil's little lapdog.
Bye, Donald.
It's been an honor, sir. Who are you talking to?
Yep. Oh my god.
Hey, Eve.
Oh, so I'm helping you today.
I kind of was warning her about that, though. Like, you can't help Amber and Mark.
You
double-crossed us, you fat-grown piece of shit.
Fat-grown piece of shit.
Is that kind of language really necessary?
It's fun. But what did they do with the immortal?
Are you okay? You look kind of recently
Pissed?
on fire. There was this attack at the college, and all of a sudden.
Where's Eve?
Oh my god, I am like shrinking into my body. I am terrified of him right now. Don't hurt him.
Robot, can't you do a little hack and find out what's going down?
Ooh, Robot ain't home right now.
I'm very much alive. More so now than ever.
What the fuck? Why the fuck do you look like me? How the fuck do you look like me?
Oh, I missed that. Well, that does make sense why he took Rex's DNA.
We need to buy some time first. Let's bring the hammer down.
What does that mean?
You're the one who told me not to tell Amber I was invincible.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you to string her along for 5 months while being an asshole about it. Thought you'd figure that part out yourself.
Genius. I love Eve. If Omni-Man reaches them, is he gonna hurt Eve? Oh! Holy shit! I know all the damn animals that just died. Whoa, the damn animals that just died. Wow. Is he mad? Yep, just mad, still ticking. Okay. All right.
$400 billion for the world's most expensive nosebleed.
Omni-Man is back on course to intercept Invincible and Adam Eve.
Can someone text Eve?
First, why me? I mean, sure, I get that anyone would want to be me, but why specifically me?
Because of how Monster Girl kind of likes Rex.
You didn't even ask first.
That's what you think is wrong with this?
Yes, Rex, consent.
Don't give him any sympathy. He still hasn't told me why he stole my kid face.
Because you're good looking, Rex.
I need time to process this. I bet everyone else does too.
You think?
Hey!
What is that?
I'll tell you what that is. Not our problem anymore.
Oh, it's your problem for sure.
You'll feel worse if you sit here and do nothing when you could save lives.
I doubt it.
Ugh.
Fine, but I'm going.
Oh, Eve, no! What are you doing, Cecil? Okay, good.
I faced death more times than I can count, but I'll be damned if that didn't put my balls in my throat. They were your friends, and so was I. You had a reason.
I want to know this reason.
Get it off your chest?
Please, Nolan, please.
But what about Debbie, huh? Doesn't she deserve an answer?
Yes, she does.
Don't say her name.
Why not? You hurt her, not me. She and I have that in common now. But I can do the same thing I've been doing since I figured out you were a lying piece of shit. I can buy us a little more time.
Oh, God. That was fucking close. Oh, the technology from D.A. Sinclair. Biting his face. Oh, my God. Why is it biting this face?
Thanks to that monster over there. Shut it. Dirty even
Put him to work. I feel dirty even talking to you. I love it. Oof. Oh. D.A. Sinclair doesn't care about that. He cares about his technology being used and it dying, but definitely not the grossness of it.
Get him out of here. And get Hail Mary out of the icebox. And feed her this.
Who's Hail Mary?
It's charged. I built it exactly to the schematics. Good.
Yeah, oh shit. Oh, yep, the kaiju. Or the whatever it was. Yeah, he couldn't kill it and he was exhausted.
You must be desperate. I beat this thing already.
But did you?
Keep your asses parked until I tell you to unpark them. If this all goes south, you're our last hope against Omni-Man.
Whoa. Did he just say we're his last hope?
Against Omni-Man?
Yeah, he did.
Hail Mary was so big she'd burn out the teleporter.
Well, goddammit, get it working!
Can somebody just text Eve?
Mark's with Eve again. Call her phone.
Took a human like me and a human like Debbie to figure that shit out.
Dad! You okay?
Oh.
But I need to help them.
Do not do that.
It's the hardest thing in the world not to know who to root for. That's a really good looking beard on that man.
I don't know. He should just be alive. He's not. You're so observant. Even Frankenstein needed an extra kick to come to life.
So did Samson.
Wake up, you useless, murdered idiot!
Murdered idiot. Oh. Oh. He was Abraham Lincoln?
Where is Omni-Man? Where is he?
Robot gave us bad schematics. No kidding.
You're very observant.
There's so much you don't know, Mark.
What?
Tell him. Oh my gosh. I'm glad this is taking place in like a farming area, so there's like no people dying.
But I told Eve to stay away.
It's not Adam Eve.
Omni-Man! You bastard!
I don't know why. That was a huge turn on right there.
The Immortal, or someone who appears to be him, has suddenly attacked Omni-Man.
Oh god, that's gonna be a fucking twist.
We trusted you! You betrayed us!
Oh my god, I have cold chills. I mean, it seems like Omni-Man's tougher than the Immortal. Especially if the Immortal can die, considering he should be immortal. The whole world saw it. Oh my god.
Mark, we need to talk.
Yeah, you do. Wow. Wow. So, penultimate? Yes. Yes. A lot of stuff happened in there. We still don't know why he had to attack the Guardians. The fact that I said that I don't know what episode it was in. I think it had to do with the Viltrumite blood, but that the only person who could really defeat Omni-Man would be Mark, and hopefully they wouldn't have to fight. I thought it was because they'd have to fight because only one person can be the Earth's sole protector. I don't know. I've seen Mark get his ass handed to him a couple times. Especially when he is fighting. I don't know if they ever give us the cat guy, if they give us his name, but like he got obliterated by him. Now he still survived. He still came back, obviously, because he's invincible. But I don't think he can beat his dad. Unless he was angry enough. Which I think the only way Mark would ever be angry enough to actually power up to fight his dad is if something bad happened to Debbie. Fuck. I hope that doesn't happen. I would be very emotional if that's the case, because that would destroy Mark. But a lot of the stuff that I was talking about in the opening actually came to fruition, which is great, except the whole robot thing, which I'll get into that. But, you know, Amber already realizing who Mark was, she should have said something when she realized it and let him come forward with the truth rather than waiting around for shit to go south. That's on her, but it's also on him for not being honest and forthcoming with the truth. And Eve is 100% right. You know, he was an asshole in the situation, not a typical asshole. I think that, like, this is just really poor communication. But, you know, she's not wrong. And he's sulking and feeling sorry for himself, but he had opportunities to make it right and he didn't. Just as Amber had opportunities to make it right and she didn't. I'm really liking the friend that William is to him, being kind of blunt and honest. Both William and Eve are showing what good friends they are by not kind of coddling Mark and not making his feelings the most important thing in that moment, but making the truth the most important thing in that moment. That's a good friend. Am I sorry that Amber and Mark are not together? No, I think it's for the best. I do like him and Eve, but like I get the feeling that like maybe that's not there for her anymore, or a possibility. I don't know. I don't really think he needs a girlfriend, quite frankly. Now Debbie and Nolan, like the opportunity that he had to kind of come clean to her and talk to her about why he killed the Guardians, and he still didn't. And she even said, if you have anything to say to me, now's the time. And he didn't say anything. You know, and then she's going to Cecil and kind of learning this with like the rest of the world as to what kind of person Omni-Man is. Again, I don't know why he killed the Guardians. There has to be a good reason. I don't know. His reasoning could be very selfish, or it could be for the whole world. TBD. Until the next episode. Hopefully they give us a little bit more on that. So on to Robot. I could not have guessed that that body was for him. And I don't know why I didn't think of that, because I feel like that's kind of a trope that happens in comic books and sci-fi, is that the AI or the android of some sort wants to be more human. Data, for example. So it shouldn't have been a surprise, but like I didn't expect Blob Baby to be the man in charge. I did not expect him to be a teenage boy. So one, I thought it was more like he was in love with Monster Girl, but like I feel like there's an admiration there and there is a camaraderie because of them being stuck in bodies that don't allow them to be free. The whole Rex thing, you know, like wanting his DNA to look like him. I didn't even realize that until Rex said, like, why do you have my face? And I was like, oh yeah. I literally thought it was because Robot, like actual Robot, Century Robot, like had like that orangey brown skin color. So then this kid had orangey brown skin. And then I realized that Rex kind of has orangey brown skin. So I didn't catch on to that nearly as quickly as I should have. Using the Mauler twins, like I tend to think that they're big dumb animals, but they're actually pretty intelligent, with like maybe really bad common sense, maybe. But they are very intelligent. Like I couldn't do half the shit that they do in here. But the fact that they were duped so badly by Robot, and they tried to control what was inside of the clone. And Robot was like, yeah, I can see all of that. I'm not an idiot. Put this in there. You know, I like that we have this new character, Rudy, which in the characters in the cast list, it does not have Rudy pictured with a voice, but it does have Ross Marquand with 2 characters for this episode. So I'm guessing he's doing the voice of Rudy. I don't know if that's true. But I do like that Ross Marquand was back for the Immortal. I think Ross Marquand has just an incredible voice talent. So I'm happy when he does anything. But having the Immortal back and having the Mauler twins bring him back and the flashes that we have of his powers coming back from like the dawn of age, it felt like, and then medieval times, and then he was Abraham Lincoln. Like, and I was like, that's a great beard. And in my head, I was thinking it's kind of like a Lincoln beard. And then they showed Lincoln, and I was like, wait, what? And I have it open right here. It says, over 3,000 years old, the Immortal was a knight, fought in countless revolutions, even served as president of the United States. Add in his ability to fly, his super strength, and his millennia of experience, and you get the most powerful member of the Guardians of the Globe. Not powerful enough, especially the name Immortal. I feel like that means that you could like come back, I guess, if you're dead, but like I feel like it's not invincible, which means something can't hurt you. So maybe he can come back later, because now he only has a hole in his chest and he's cut in half. Like, he wasn't decapitated. And also, I wonder how those kids knew where he was buried, because I remember during the funeral scene, they had a very public funeral, and then they had a private funeral, so there wouldn't be trophy hunters. So I don't know how those kids knew where to find him. And it was an unmarked grave. Very odd. Rudy seems still like Robot, where he's just like, I'm going to do all this, and you guys are going to be amazed by it. And they're like, dude, you lied to us. You stole my DNA without asking me. Consent is... You need consent for a lot of things. Stealing DNA is one of them. Well, I guess it wouldn't be stealing if you had consent. It would just be taking at that point. And I thought it was really interesting when they had the kaiju in there the first time, and I pointed out, I'm like, is he getting weaker because he couldn't beat the kaiju? And he brought like a part of it home. I'm glad that it came back as the Hail Marys, because it makes sense. But at the same time, why is this kaiju so hard for him to kill? And even then, did they even kill the kaiju at the end of this episode? No, I don't remember. I'm focusing so much on the Immortal that I kind of forgot what happened to the kaiju. Well, now the world knows. Well, I guess I don't know if they know per se that Omni-Man killed the Guardians, but they did see the Immortal come back and then fight, and then Omni-Man kill the Immortal. So I don't know where a lot of people's loyalties will lie with seeing that visual. I know Mark was taken aback by it. Debbie certainly is not accustomed to having all of this gore in front of her, and we even see it with D.A. Sinclair, you know, and his creations. They failed. They put up a fight, but they failed. But, you know, even having those things rip apart, everybody was just kind of aghast. So I think seeing this side of Nolan, seeing the side of Omni-Man, it's going to make the world either change how they feel about him, or it's going to make them like feel safer that he's protecting them. Kind of a Homelander situation, right? It's just like at the end of this season, spoiler alert, when he kills that guy, you know, it kind of riles up the people that were already part of his fan base. So it's a little scary that somebody can have that power. So I definitely don't know what to expect on the last episode, other than maybe Omni-Man finally filling Mark in about like his destiny, why he killed the Guardians, why he's doing all the things that he's doing now, why has he been lying to everybody. And I don't know if he has a valid or a good reason. I don't know if the world would even accept it at this point. I don't know if I would accept it at this point, but I did find myself feeling sympathy for him. That like he did just want like to tell her, and that he felt guilty about it. That doesn't make it right, but I did feel sympathy for him. And I actually kind of liked Rex a little bit in this. Like when he's just Rex, when he's just like happy-go-lucky Rex, he's great. But when he is like that misogynistic asshole, no. And like, I don't have to love Rex, but I don't want to hate him. And I feel like that hate at the beginning of the episode that I said, like, I just hate Rex. He's disgusting. I despise him. I feel like it's not hate anymore. I'm just like, you're just a broken boy, aren't you? Poor guy. Okay, guys. So, like, subscribe, go to my Patreon for full-length reactions and early reactions. The next episode will be already on my Patreon by the time you watch this. Other than that, you can catch me over on my Instagram, Funny Little Gal Reacts. I talk about content over there all the time. In the meantime, I will see you for that finale. This one was huge. I don't know if that one's going to be bigger. or if it's just going to answer a lot of questions and leave me stunned. Probably the latter. All right, guys. I'll see you.